Most people have a favourite era of music, and for guitar players it often seems like that era is the 1970s. Now, who can say why? Maybe it's something to do with the fact that songs tended to be about 8 minutes long and were basically never-ending guitar riffs and solos. Who can say? I'm not here though to weigh in on whether the 70s was better or anything like that. I'm simply here to pander to those people who think that is the case. So, join me today in my 1970s pub where it's open mic night and a few famous faces have shown up for a jam. Alright, so the band is ready with a track for us to jam over, and it goes like this. And that's the kind of band we like. They're not troubling themselves with anything other than an A power chord. So plenty of scope for different kinds of improvisation, as we shall see. So first up to join in the jam is Jimmy Page, and he's going to come straight in with a minor pentatonic lick, as he tended to do. Now, if you've ever learnt a scale before, you've probably learned the A minor pentatonic, but just a quick recap, it is the notes A, C, D, E, and G. But we are going to play a selection of those notes a little bit higher up the neck than that. We are going to start at the D note at the 15th fret on the B string, and we're going to bend it up to the E, and then let it down again. Pull off to the C at the 13th fret, and then play the A at the 14th fret on the G string, and then play the C, 13th fret on the B string again. And he's going to play that in something of a trademark rhythm. It's known as sextuplets, which obviously is a very exciting word, but it just means 6 notes per beat. It's like a double triplet, if you like. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's the kind of rhythm he played a lot. And then we get this nice, fast, repeating phrase, like so. He's then going to dive into some unison bends. This is where we're fretting a note on a string and then bending the adjacent string up to the same note and playing them simultaneously. Again, we're just sticking with those notes taken from A minor pentatonic, and we'll play here at the 5th fret on the B string and bend up the G string at the 7th fret until they both play the note of E. And then we can move that around to the, move the first finger up to the 10th fret for, the 8th fret for a G unison bend, and then move the first finger up to the 10th fret for an A unison bend. And rhythmically, you notice Jimmy Page, he often feels like he's trying to encourage the band to speed up a little bit. It tends to play ever so slightly ahead of the beat, so we'll go for a bit of a frenetic sort of a rhythm there. Okay, let's hear how that sounds over the track. Okay, next up is Paul Kossoff, and he's going to chill things out a little bit initially by playing a little bit more of a controlled, subdued sort of a rhythm. He's also going to kick things off with a little bit of a different palette of notes. We're going to go for the A major pentatonic this time, for a bit of a sweeter sound. So those notes, if you're not sure, are A, B, C sharp, E, and F sharp. And he's going to get a country sort of an effect by using the open top E string and playing some of the other scale notes on the B string. So we're going to start off playing the 2 E's together, fretting the note E on the B string at the 5th fret, and including that open top E as well. Then we'll slide up to the F sharp, then back to the E, and then up to the A at the 10th fret, all the while keeping that E ringing above it. And then we'll keep in sort of country rock mode. We'll do a little bend at the 12th fret, so we're bending up the B to the C sharp, but also keeping that open E as well. And then back to the A. Include a little F sharp there at the 11th fret on the G string too. But being a real blues influence player, Paul Kossoff was exceptionally good at mixing the sweet with the sour. So after that, we're going to lurch back over to the A minor pentatonic, up here at the 17th position on the neck, and we're going to play this trademark repeating phrase where we're hammering on from 17 to 20 on the B string, and then picking the E string at the 17th fret. Fun thing about this phrase is that even though there's only 3 notes in it, he's playing it to a very strict semi-quaver count. So that's 4 notes every beat. So the beat lands on a different note from within the phrase each time. So it keeps the interest level up. And then we'll finish with a bend up to the root note. So we're bending up at the 20th fret on the B string and add a very liberal dose of vibrato as well. Next up we have David Gilmour, and while there might not be quite such a high quantity of notes here, we're making up for it with quite a bit of sonic pyrotechnics. In fact, he's had his tech bring a phaser and a fuzz pedal with them, so yeah, listen out for that. And we're going to start off with a very trademark Gilmour bend up at the 14th fret on the G string. And this is our root note of A, and we're going to start by bending it up a tone to a B, but then we're going to push it up a little bit further to a C, and then release to the A. So we get this. And then we'll drop back down to the more familiar A minor pentatonic shape at the 5th position and play some lightly funky sort of thing, actually, which he often does by kind of choking the notes off and playing quite staccato. Again, it'll still fill a lot of space, especially with all the effects going on. And then we'll have a little bit of a rundown the blues scale. So like the minor pentatonic scale, but we are incorporating this E flat for a little bit of a sleazier sort of an edge. And we'll probably get a healthy dose of whammy bar action on the open A string at the end as well. So with all this going on, should sound fairly effective. Okay, well so far there's been a fairly consistent kind of blues rock sort of a vibe and everyone's been quite comfortable with it. But then, last up, it's only bloody John McLaughlin, and he's brought an acoustic guitar with him, and he's wearing sandals and a caftan, so you know things are about to get a little bit different. He's coming at this track from quite a different angle. He's decided to interpret that repeated A as like a drone, such as you might get in Indian music, in ragas and so on. So he's decided to do this. He's going to use an arpeggio based around an A7 flat 9 chord, but without the third. And this is a very nice shape worth knowing, I think. We've got a capo on at the 3rd fret, and we are playing the 6th string at the 2nd fret above the capo, and then reaching up with the little finger to the D string, 4 frets above the capo. We're going to include the open 3rd string and open 1st string, but we're also going to reach down with the middle finger to play the 2nd string at the 2nd fret. Very nice enigmatic sort of a chord, very Mahavishnu orchestra. And then for a little bit of a lead, he's going to use the Phrygian dominant scale to stick with the same sort of Eastern vibe. And that scale in the key of A is as follows: A, B flat, C sharp, D, E, F, G, and A. So we can get some quite nice flamenco-ish sort of idea. Let's give that a go. So there we go, a few ideas based around some great players of the 1970s. Really hope there was some stuff of interest there to you. Apologies, obviously, if your favourite player wasn't covered, but hey, consider liking, subscribing and putting a request. I may well cover them very soon. But thanks ever so much for watching. See you again soon. Bye.